Everyone praised Ngozi as the best cook in the village, but no one knew the water in her pot came from a place meant for the dead, and one secret mistake was about to turn her fame into fear. Ngozi lived in a quiet village in southeastern Nigeria. Red earth roads ran between small houses with zinc roofs. Every morning, smoke rose from her kitchen before the sun climbed high. The smell of rice, pepper, and onions spread fast. People paused during farm work to breathe it in. Many spoke of her skill with pride and hunger. Ngozi learned cooking from her mother at a young age. She paid close attention to timing, fire control, and seasoning. Her hands moved with confidence. Visitors traveled from nearby villages to eat at her table. They laughed, ate, and praised her. Ngozi smiled each time, yet she guarded a thought she never shared with anyone. Chukwu visited Ngozi almost every evening. He was her closest friend and trusted her deeply. He liked to sit near the fire and watch the pot bubble. His favorite meal was jollof rice with thick pepper soup. Each bite brought comfort and warmth. He told everyone her food tasted different from all others. Ngozi enjoyed Chukwu's company. He helped her carry firewood and fetch ingredients. Their friendship grew through long talks and shared meals. Chukwu believed her skill came from practice and care. He never suspected another reason. Ngozi listened to his praise with mixed feelings and stayed silent. Behind the village stood a small mortuary near the old church. Few people went there unless duty demanded it. Workers washed bodies before burial as tradition required. Water from this place flowed into a hidden gutter. Most villagers avoided the area out of fear and respect for the dead. Ngozi visited that place alone. She carried a covered bucket and moved fast. No one asked questions. In her mind, this water held power. She believed it brought taste and fame. Each trip filled her with worry and hope. She returned home before anyone noticed and poured the water into her cooking jars. One afternoon, Chukwu saw Ngozi returning earlier than usual. A large bucket rested on her head. It looked heavy, and water dripped down her neck. He felt curious and uneasy. He asked what the bucket held. Ngozi answered with a short smile and said it was water for cooking. Her voice sounded tense. Chukwu noticed her eyes avoid his face. He laughed it off and changed the topic. Still, a question stayed in his mind. That night, while eating, he felt the taste again. It pleased him, yet his thoughts wandered back to the bucket. The next day, Chukwu decided to follow from a distance. He stayed behind trees and walls. Ngozi walked toward the church path. She did not look back. Chukwu felt his chest tighten as he saw her stop near the mortuary. She filled the bucket from the washing area. Shock froze him in place. He covered his mouth and stepped back. Fear and disbelief mixed in his heart. He waited until she left, then rushed home. His mind raced with questions. He struggled to accept what his eyes had seen. That evening, Chukwu confronted Ngozi in her kitchen. His voice shook as he spoke. He told her what he saw and asked why. Ngozi dropped the spoon and began to cry. Tears ran down her face as she confessed everything. She spoke of fear, pressure, and desire for praise. Chukwu listened with pain and care. He told her the truth with firmness. Using such water brought danger and disrespect. He asked her to stop at once. Ngozi nodded through tears. That night, she poured all the stored water away and sat in silence, ready to face change. Morning came with a strange quiet. Ngozi woke early and washed her pots with care. She walked to the river with empty containers. The water felt cold and clear. She stood still for a moment and breathed slow. This step felt heavy, yet right. Back home, she cooked a small pot of rice. She used clean water and fresh spices. The smell rose as before, though her heart felt unsure. She tasted the food and nodded. The flavor stayed strong. Relief touched her face, though fear still stayed close. News spread through the village about Ngozi's change. Some noticed her visits to the river. Others whispered with doubt. A few stopped coming to eat. The compound felt less busy. Ngozi felt the loss each day. Or continue each day. Chukwu stayed by her side. He ate her food and spoke kind words. He reminded her of skill and patience. He helped her serve those who still came. His support gave her strength to continue each day. At the market, Ngozi faced sharp looks. One woman asked about rumors. Ngozi answered with truth and calm. She admitted her past mistake and spoke of her new path. Silence followed her words. Later, an elder spoke to her in private. He warned about trust and respect. He also spoke about forgiveness through action. Ngozi listened and thanked him. She returned home with resolve. Ngozi decided to learn more about clean cooking. She visited women known for good meals. She asked questions and watched closely. She practiced new methods at home. Each day brought small growth. She wrote notes and adjusted spice levels. Fire control became her focus. She paid attention to timing. Her confidence returned step by step. The food kept its appeal and safety. A family hosted a small gathering and invited Ngozi to cook. Fear rose in her chest. Chukwu encouraged her with a nod. She accepted and prepared with care. The guests ate and smiled. Plates returned empty. Praise followed without suspicion. Ngozi felt calm spread through her body. This success marked a turning point. With time, More people returned. Laughter filled the compound again. Ngozi greeted each guest with gratitude. She stayed honest about her journey. Trust rebuilt through steady action. Chukwu and Ngozi talked often about lessons learned. Their bond grew deeper through truth. The village watched her change with interest. New chapter of respect began. The village council called a meeting one evening. Elders sat under the old mango tree. Ngozi stood before them with steady hands. She spoke about her past actions and her choice to change. Her voice stayed clear and firm. The elders listened without interruption. Some nodded while others frowned. After a long pause, the head elder spoke. He said trust grows through time and conduct. He asked the village to watch her work and judge with care. Ngozi returned home tired yet calm. She cleaned her kitchen and arranged her tools. She set rules for herself and followed them each day. Clean water stayed separate and covered. Pots stayed washed and sun-dried. Chukwu helped set a schedule for shopping and cooking. They planned meals with fresh items. He encouraged her to rest and eat well. Their teamwork brought order and focus back into her life. A traveler arrived from a distant town. He heard stories about Ngozi's food. Curiosity led him to her home. He ordered a simple meal and waited. After eating, he smiled and asked for more. He spoke of balance and depth in flavor. He paid well and thanked her. Word of mouth started again, slow and steady. Some villagers still avoided Ngozi. Their distance hurt, yet she stayed patient. She greeted them with respect at the market. She avoided arguments and kept her focus on work. At home, she practiced new dishes. She tested soups and rice blends. Each meal brought small improvement. Confidence grew through effort and discipline. Chukwu faced his own struggle. Some friends mocked him for staying close to Ngozi. He listened and stayed silent. Loyalty mattered more to him than noise. The girls listened with care. They asked questions and took notes. They saw her as a lesson through action. Teaching helped Ngozi heal and grow stronger. One afternoon, heavy rain flooded the river path. Clean water became harder to fetch. Ngozi felt tested by the moment. She waited with patience. When the rain eased, she walked further for safe water. The effort tired her body. Pride filled her heart afterward. She stayed true to her choice. A sick child needed soft food. The mother came to Ngozi with worry. Ngozi cooked light soup with care. She used herbs and clear water. The child ate and rested well. The mother returned with thanks. Word spread about trust and care. Respect grew through service. Chukwu suggested opening a small food stand. Ngozi felt unsure at first. They planned cost and time. They agreed to start small. The stand opened near the road. Travelers stopped to eat. Business stayed steady. Hard work paid off through patience. Ngozi looked back on her journey one quiet night. She remembered fear and choice. She saw growth through discipline. Peace filled her chest. Chukwu sat with her by the fire. They spoke about future goals. Friendship stayed strong through truth. The path ahead felt clear. The food stand gained steady support. Morning traffic brought farmers and traders. Ngozi woke before dawn to prepare meals. She worked with clean tools and fresh water. Chukwu handled sales and greetings. They kept records of each day. Small profit grew through discipline. Hope replaced old fear in Ngozi's heart. An inspector from the local council visited the stand. He checked water sources and hygiene. Ngozi answered each question with honesty. Her record stayed clear. The inspection ended with approval. The news spread fast. Trust grew wider than before. Ngozi felt proud of her growth. Ngozi started saving money for a bigger kitchen. She planned space for training others. She wanted clean cooking to spread. Her past pushed her toward purpose. Chukwu supported the plan with care. He helped measure land and cost. Their teamwork stayed strong. Shared vision guided their steps. A young cook confessed to using unsafe shortcuts. Ngozi listened without anger. She shared her own mistake and pain. Her words carried weight. The young cook promised change. Action followed through better habits. Ngozi saw impact beyond her kitchen. Her story turned into guidance. Years passed with steady progress. Ngozi became known for clean cooking and honesty. Her name stood for trust. The village spoke with pride. Chukwu remained her closest ally. Their bond stayed firm through truth. They built success without fear. Peace followed their work. Ngozi stood by the river one evening. She watched clean water flow. She remembered her past choice and its cost. Gratitude filled her heart. She learned a clear lesson. Skill without integrity leads to harm. Honest effort builds lasting respect. Moral lesson: success built on wrong actions brings danger, while honesty and patience build true trust and peace.